Brethren, welcome back to a new Clash Royale video. This day we are playing the Chaos mode again, or as it should probably be called, the Fun mode, because it's the only mode that's fun for people who aren't max level accounts. Okay, and not gonna lie, it is becoming less and less fun as the season goes on because everybody figures out the broken modifiers and everybody's playing the same deck, and yeah, it just comes down to kind of RNG. Luckily, the RNG is on our side because we got one of the most broken modifiers almost immediately. So we're going to be picking that, of course, and hopefully they'll be getting some kind of goblin barrel with brawlers inside that we can deflect, or a deflectable lumberjack log, something of that nature. The tornado fireball combo is not the best thing to deflect, I guess. Maybe it is. I don't know. I guess I could have tried it there. But yeah, you have to have a very specific kind of deck to counter this Ronin, like an Inferno Tower or something like that. It's going to be poison value. We'll take it. But even still, even though it's becoming a little stale, it's still a lot more fun than the dude. I mean, really, this game is just like gambling. Like, it's like playing slots. When I see the lumberjack log pop up on the second modifier, shoo. Now, he did get a pretty broken one as well there. But luckily, the Ronin and the Musketeer and the Witch are going to do a pretty good job of countering his Mega Knight that yeets everything out of the arena. And if we can get the Knight modifier that stuns, we'll be set, baby. We will be set. In other news, went to a funeral today. One of my childhood best friends, or actually like my best friend from when I was a kid, his little sister passed away from cancer. And look at that, we got a stun attack modifier, beautiful. Yeah, she passed away from cancer, and she had a lot of other health issues. Like her umbilical cord, I think, was wrapped around her neck when she was born, and so she had a lot of developmental issues. So she had a pretty hard life, but it's a very sweet funeral. I mean, every time I agree to go to a funeral, I'm always nervous for some reason. Well, I'll tell you the reason. Because, wow, I played that so terribly. The reason I'm always nervous is because it's always so hard to imagine that a family can, like, get over a death. You know what I mean? Like, obviously death happens all the time. My family's experienced a lot of death from, like, cancer and stuff like that in the past few years. Both my grandpas died from cancer. My aunt died from cancer probably 10 years ago. My uncle died from a massive heart attack at the age of 40 not too long ago. Not too long ago, it was probably, when was that, 2018? So, you know, you'd think that I'd be kind of used to the whole death thing, but every time it's still nerve-wracking. And we lost that somehow, even though we had the most broken modifiers in the game. How did I lose that? We're going to lock in this game. Still going to talk a little bit because I think it's important, but you walk into a funeral and you're just like, I don't know why. I always expect the family to be just absolutely distraught and not able to hold it together, and sometimes you do walk in and it's like that when it's unexpected. But what I've found is that for Christians, For Christians, it's different, and it should be different. Well, I don't know. I haven't been to a lot of non-Christian funerals, to be honest. Especially like in my mind, I'm thinking like atheist funerals that you don't believe anything happens after death. Like, that just seems like that would be such a depressing event, and with like almost no relief. So I can't really speak to that as much, but with Christian funerals, a lot of the time there's a lot of joy. There's a lot of joy because, well, I've got 1 Thessalonians 4:13 pulled up here, which is like a verse that a lot of pastors will use at funerals, and it says, concerning those who are asleep or those who have passed away, he's writing to them, to these Thessalonian believers, so that they won't grieve like people who don't have any hope in a future resurrection. And he says, if we believe Jesus died and rose again, then in the same way, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have passed away, who died. Because Jesus died and rose again, those who have died, who are placed in him through their faith in him, are also going to be raised again when, or after they die, when Jesus comes back. So a lot of times at Christian funerals, it's like a happy affair almost. It's not really, it's bittersweet because you miss them because they're not there, but you're happy because there's no way that being with Jesus is like in any way worse than whatever situation they could have on the earth. And so it always surprises me how positive a funeral can be whenever somebody was like a devout Christian and that they believed that they were going to see Jesus and they were excited to see Jesus. It makes it a lot easier for sure. And a lot of the times, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel bad because I feel like I'm almost not sad enough at funerals. It might sound weird, but like my uncle was one of my best friends. With the one that had a heart attack at 40. He was one of my absolute best friends. He was my youth pastor. I did an internship with him. We went on mission trips together. Like, we were together a lot, when I was a teenager and everything. And he passed away when I was 17 or 18. We're going to lose this game too. No, we're not. Never mind. What am I thinking? He passed away when I was like 17 or 18. And I just remember like wanting to cry, but not being able to cry. I was like, what is wrong with me? And I do wonder if some of that is because I believe that they're truly in a better place, Like, it's hard to be too tore up when you believe that they're in paradise. So I don't know. I'm just grateful for that promise for sure. Grateful for the promise of the resurrection. Grateful for the promise of the resurrection. I really don't know how you process death apart from that hope. I don't get it. And also, like, I don't get what people live for if they don't believe that there's an eternity. I don't get what people live for if they don't believe that there's life after death, because, like, what's the point? It seems like it's just like a point. Oh my goodness, how did I lose again? I had the lumberjack log and the goblin brawlers. Why am I so shiny? But yeah, like, what's the point? What's the point in trying to accomplish anything? What's the point in living at all? Like, I've thought about that a lot. Like, if I was an atheist, how would I justify my life at all? How would I justify doing anything good? If what's the point? You're doing it for your legacy? Like, who cares? If it's true that there's no life after death, then who cares about your legacy? You're not going to be there. You're not going to be able to experience it. It's like, well, that's a selfish way to think about it. Okay. Who cares? Who cares what people think of me after I'm dead? I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be there to feel any shame about it. So why not just live the most selfish way possible and do everything for myself? And when the chips fall where they may after I die, who cares? Because I'm not there to care about it anyway. I don't get it. Ooh. Difficult choice here. Difficult choice. I think I got to go with the deflects projectiles because he's got Princess and Firecracker. I might come to regret that. Over here, Bandit. Thank you. I think it's still going to kill my Ronin, isn't it? Nope. Okay. Come on. Beautiful. How did I get all that damage on the right tower? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm biased. I grew up in a Christian household. That's the main worldview that I'm familiar with, so I would be curious to see how people who don't believe in God or people who believe in a different kind of afterlife justify it. I know, like, Hindus think that you don't, like, necessarily experience an afterlife. You just join into God, and I don't know. I don't really know how it works. But it seems like it's not like an experience thing. You cease to become an individual. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Somebody let me know. Are we gonna lose this game as well, dude? Dude, I swear, I'm not this bad at the game. I must just be really bad at talking and playing at the same time. Oh. Usually I'd be very, very happy to see this Musketeer modifier, but I was kind of hoping for a Goblin Barrel, Goblin Brawler type deal. How am I going to win this game? The zapping dude's doing his thing. Let's just do something like this and this. He does not have the eating Mega Knight. That was the Knight. Goodness gracious. I need to get as many zapping knights down as I can. I'm probably gonna need to... Okay, I'm just letting him bully me right here. I need to stop letting... Okay, well, that's gonna be the game. Oh, it's still going. What? Okay, there we go. Well, not the best gameplay there, not gonna lie. Wish I would have won at least one of those, but hopefully at least some thoughts were provoked.